Hello friends, and welcome to my second ever studio vlog. I just want to say thank you so much for all of the very warm and kind response to my first studio vlog last month. I really had no idea what to expect because my YouTube channel for the past year or whatever has been very art heavy, and so I'm really excited that you, my audience, is embracing me diversifying my content. Obviously, my vlogs are still very much related to me being an artist, and I do showcase a lot of me painting in my studio vlogs still. But I think it is interesting to see all the kind of other facets that go into this type of business. What to expect from this video, this vlog today, is it basically spans the majority of March. And for those of you who follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I finally was able to reopen and launch my shop again, which was a long time coming. Very excited. Happy to say that my shop is now up and you are free to browse and shop it now. Yeah, this vlog basically is me doing a lot of prep work for that shop launch, and interspersed, it has a lot of chatting. I really had to edit out a lot of the rambling that I did, even though what you'll see is still a lot of rambling. But as it goes, I have been consuming a ton of webtoons, TV shows, media, because what else are we supposed to do in a pandemic and have zero social lives but, live vicariously through fictional stories, right? So there's a lot of that. There is a fair amount of painting that happens in this vlog as well. So obviously, look forward to some of that. And yeah, I think that's pretty much what is mostly contained in this for the month of March for this vlog. So hope you enjoy, and I'll see you at the end. But before we get into today's video, I'd like to talk about today's sponsor, NordVPN. Now, I know you're probably thinking, how is this going to be relevant to me? Well, let me tell you. VPN, also known as Virtual Private Network, is a service that protects your internet connection as well as your privacy online. So what does that mean exactly? Well, basically, having a VPN will protect your online privacy by hiding your IP, and thus third parties cannot spy on your online activity. And while having this layer of protection for your data is important, the thing that appeals to me the most about having a VPN is that I'm actually able to change my location. This means that I can access streaming services and websites from other countries. And there have been so many times when I've talked about a certain TV show or a movie, and some of you will ask me where I watched it. And I know that not all of you are located in Canada like myself, and so your version of Netflix or whatever streaming service that I use might not have the same availability. But if you have a VPN, you would be able to change your location to Canada or whatever country so that you can access the same kind of content. And then that way you have even more options of things to watch. So if you happen to be interested, go to nordvpn.com/imawonder or use the code imawonder to get a 2-year plan with a huge discount and an additional 1 month free. Here I'm working on the March Patreon artwork. As some of you might know, every month I do an exclusive artwork for my Patreon page, and this month I decided to go with Galaxy, and I knew I wanted to paint a gal with some blue skin and some, galaxy celestial kind of elements around her, and I used the Art Philosophy watercolors. And since watercolors do take a lot of time to dry in between layers, I also was
multitasking, and so I decided to sign and number all the backs of my February Patreon rewards, since the way that it works is that I will send out the rewards the following month. That way I get an accurate count of how many needs to go out. And yeah, so multitasking for the win. That's kind of the benefit of having two desks, is that I was able to kind of just go back and forth between the two tasks because I am all about optimizing my time. Then when I have finally finished numbering and signing all of the prints, I go ahead and start packing the sticker and print rewards into these little glassine sleeves. I used to use plastic sleeves that were supposed to be recyclable and plant-based, but I know that plastic in general is just very difficult to recycle, even if you do bring it to a facility. And so now I'm slowly transitioning, at least trying to transition all of my products to be packaged into these glassine sleeves, which are actually paper that are water resistant, and so they can still actually be recycled. And after they've been put into the glassine sleeves, I put them into the paper mailing envelopes for their final destination. And I had the RuPaul's Drag Race pit stop playing on my iPad while I was packing them. I have been really enjoying season 13 so far. It has been a very long season, but I also just love consuming tons of extra Drag Race content. And then the painting here, as you can see, I had left it, I think, overnight, and the painter's tape ended up lifting, so I had to re-tape it down with another masking tape. And yeah, sometimes that just happens, and that's okay. So initially I intended for the background here to have the black with gradients of the blue and pink in the background, but after I finished filling it in and having it dry, it looked kind of muddy and I just really wasn't happy with how it looked. And so in the end, I ended up covering it up with a navy gouache instead, just to give it like a clean, flat background. And I'm definitely glad that I went that route. I think that the muddy black just felt a little bit, just didn't match with the rest of the very vibrant piece. And I felt like it ended up making it look a little bit too busy. So I'm really happy in the end with the solution that I came up with, because there was definitely a time during this process where I was like, this painting is hideous. So after adding in all the gouache detailing and accents, it definitely came together, thankfully.
It is March 12th. I have been, if I'm just being totally honest, I have been incredibly stressed out. I have been just feeling really burnt out and stressed, and I keep trying to maintain all of the things that I need to do, like Patreon and the weekly YouTube videos, and trying to get my shop ready. It just never feels like enough. But I'm also not really happy with a lot of the things that I'm creating, and my last handful of YouTube videos have been underperforming. The one today actually that I posted last I checked is like bombing. And I know that I'm constantly preaching to all of you to, not equate the numbers to your value as an artist and as a person, but it's when it is your business, it is really difficult to not get discouraged when you are trying to produce new content all the time and it's just not yielding the results that you had hoped. I think that YouTube, while has been a total whirlwind, obviously, the past year, it's been pretty crazy, and I saw so much growth so quickly. And so I think now that I'm sort of maybe past a high point and I'm now kind of dipping, it's not fun. So I think that I might dial back my YouTube content, not significantly, because it is a stream of income for me and I do enjoy being part of your week. I think that maybe I might try and do 3 videos a month, and then the 4th video be like a live stream, so that I'm still bringing some new content for you that week, but it's less of a time sink. Yeah, I think that's kind of gonna be my compromise right now, just to try and get back to making artwork that really speaks to me, because I'm just constantly chasing deadlines and that's not a good feeling. And I really don't want this intense emotional burden attached to every single YouTube upload. And so I think if I can just distance myself from it slightly, maybe I will feel less stressed about it. Anyways, enough about that. Just to give you all an update on what I've been up to. So as you can see today, I'm all dolled up, which is definitely not something that happens very often these days. The reason why I got all dolled up is because I'm currently working with an art supply company, which is pretty exciting, and they wanted to do like an artist profile blog post on their website, and they needed some photographs of me and my work to accompany like an artist interview that they did with me. And what else I've been up to? I finished my March Patreon artwork, so I'm actually pretty happy with how she turned out. So this, for my Patreon page, every month for the limited edition print and limited edition sticker, I like to pick a theme of some sort. And so this month's theme, I went with like galaxy vibe. And so this is the gal here that I did. I think she turned out really, really fun. So this is the sticker here. And I got like a mirror effect on the stars and stuff there, which I think is pretty fun. So yeah, we've got our galaxy vibes here. But yeah, I think for the rest of today, I am probably going to continue working on my new shop. I know it's been a few months now since I've had it closed, and I am working to hopefully have it open by the end of this month meaning March. And yeah, it's been a huge undertaking, but fingers crossed I can get it together and get it ready for y'all. That's it for me today, I think, and I will see you later. Hello, friends. It is March 15th, and I just wanted to check in with all of you because last we had spoken face to face. I was going through it a little bit. I have done a lot of self-reflection the past weekend, and basically I think that I need to just have a healthier relationship with social media, with my art, and with myself, basically. And I think that the thing that was causing me so much stress and anxiety was I was just putting so much pressure on everything, especially the YouTube videos. Like every week I would upload a YouTube video, I would be like agonizing over the numbers and just like refreshing and scanning the analytics and everything. And I've come to realize that doing that is not going to change anything. It's the video is going to perform the way it's going to perform. People are going to watch it, people are not going to watch it, and me just like scrutinizing those numbers is just a detriment to my emotional and mental well-being, and it's just not productive, really. I'm trying to like distance myself from it a little bit. Like obviously I'm going to keep popping in to like check messages or comments, I should say, and I think that just spending less time on social media, that's kind of one thing I think that's helping. Another thing is I am making really, really good progress on my shop, which I'm really excited about because that was also a source of stress for me. I have been putting it off for so long, and I've been just like chipping away at it so slowly. And I was, again, overthinking it, putting so much pressure on it. So I've been, I now have settled on a date of when I'm gonna launch it. So I've settled on March 27th. Hopefully by the time you're seeing this video, the shop is open and good to go and everything. So that's what I'm hoping for. And I've told my patrons already about it. And as kind of a nice incentive to them, as a thank you to them, I'm going to not only have a discount for them, they always get a discount, but I'm also going to launch or have the website the shop available to them for a couple of hours earlier than everybody else, because I was able to like give myself some breathing room and close the shop in the first place because of the financial support and stability I get from Patreon. So that'll be my like little extra thank you to them. So just wanted to just give you guys an update. I'm doing a lot better emotionally, mentally, a lot better, a lot better.
Here I am working on some product photography for the shop, and I have a video about how I go about this, but it really is not very complicated. I try to do it during the middle of the day so that I get a lot of natural sunlight, and then I use just colored Bristol paper, Bristol board, and then just random cutesy objects and things that I've collected over the years. And I use my iPad and to photograph and edit the photos.
Hello from my computer desk. I have had to switch tasks for now because the sun is going down. I was pretty much spending most of the day photographing products, and unfortunately the sun is now creating not so good lighting for photographing my stuff. So I have to finish the rest of that tomorrow. And the other thing that I need to work on this week is the next YouTube video. So the next YouTube video I'm planning to do is gonna be also the illustration for my new Draw This in Your Style illustration, which has been a long time coming. For the voiceover, it's gonna be another Q&A. So I asked on my Instagram and my community tab for questions to answer during the video. And the way that I like to do these Q&A videos is I structure them so that the first half of the video is me answering questions related to art and career type things. And then second half of the video, which is always my favorite part, and I like to call them the fun questions, is questions related to pop culture stuff, basically. So I decided to work on this because I'm not quite motivated to work on the illustration right now. So when I'm not motivated to work on something, I try to just like pivot and work on something else. Obviously, when you have a deadline, you do end up having to force yourself to do the thing depending on how much leeway you have. Yeah, that's something that I find helps at least juggling with doing lots of different tasks is, you know, if I'm not super motivated to paint, then I'll work on, you know, yeah, the YouTube voiceover or packing Patreon orders or something. But yeah, I think that actually will be it for me today, and I will check in with you probably later in the week. So I have a few boxes to open up with all of you. I went to the post office last week, 2 weeks ago. I've been holding off on opening them because I wanted to obviously open them with all of you. So they've just been like sitting here unopened for the past like week or so. So I've got 3 different things here. First up, we have something that I surprisingly got in my P.O. box mail, which is from a lovely subscriber and follower of mine, Katrina, who has sent me things before in the past. Let's see. Oh my gosh, look at this sheep. Ah, so cute. Oh, wow. Look. Oh my goodness. Look how pretty with the little photo corners and that holographic shimmer. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, so beautiful. And they've included, wow, that is gorgeous. Look at that gold on the back too. Really, really beautiful. Thank you so much, Kat. That's so sweet of you. For those of you who don't already know, I actually do have a P.O. box. Obviously not obligated to send me anything whatsoever. Even if it's just like a really sweet little letter or note you want to send me, feel free. The P.O. box will be in the description down below. Yes. Can you guess? Oh-hoo-hoo. As if I don't need any more markers, but Ohuhu had contacted me a couple of weeks ago and asked if I wanted to do another video with them for their big new set. This is the biggest. This is crazy. I love working with Ohuhu. They have been sponsoring videos on my channel for a little while now, and they're super easy to work with, super sweet. Oh my gosh. Wow. I never get over just looking at large quantities of art supplies. It is magical. Look at that. Oh, the possibilities. Yeah, so I'm excited to dig into these, even though I'm sure there's probably a lot of repeat colors, I imagine, from the previous sets that they've sent me, but that's okay. Oh my gosh, so much bubble wrap. I usually like to hoard the bubble wrap for potentially if I ever need to ship something. So I got this cute new soap dispenser and a new garbage can. It's I probably spent a little bit more than I needed to on a garbage can, but I was willing to do so because I wanted a cute color. And, you know, I feel like, you know, when your life is mundane, when you're excited about a pink garbage can. Do I have any regrets? No, I do not. Look at this cute coral color. If you're wondering, I got these items from Umbra. Hello, hello. It is March 23rd. What's time, really? I have been still very up and down in terms of stress levels, but I'm definitely feeling a lot better today, which is why I decided to actually vlog with you. The process of this illustration here, which I'm super, super happy with. I'm actually like really proud with how this turned out, which is a really good feeling. Yeah, so now that the Draw This in Your Style illustration is done and out of the way, and I've placed the order for the March Patreon print that will come in a couple of weeks, and then I can start packing that. Today's agenda is I'm going to be working on this really cool project. So my friend Art Mutual, Janoy Lindsay, he is working on his original graphic novel, which is super cool. And he reached out to me because he wants to have other artists of color featured at the back end of the graphic novel or illustrations of his characters. And yeah, so he approached me to do it, and I was like, oh my God, that is so cool. Absolutely. So I'm gonna finally work on that today. I think I'm gonna use watercolors for it. And yeah, I'm a little bit nervous because I want to make sure I do his character justice. It'll be fun to interpret, and hopefully he likes it. And I'm really excited to see it like printed in the book. And obviously I'm really excited to read the graphic novel as well. So super cool. And then pretty much the rest of this week is going to be making sure that I get all of my shop stuff prepared and ready. Yeah, that's kind of it for work-wise. I'm still stressing out about the accountant types legal stuff, but I don't want to talk about that because it stresses me out. Would like to update y'all on what I've been watching / reading. So normally I try to work on the weekends, but that totally got derailed because I have been just like devouring webtoons lately. I've been reading The Remarried Empress, and the artwork is like so gorgeous and the drama is just so juicy. I'm living for it. And then I also started reading Unholy Blood, which is about vampires, and it's like really bringing me back to my teenage roots because I used to consume so much vampire media when I was in high school. So yeah, but it's really, really good. The artwork is stellar and the lore is really, really cool. And oh my gosh, I was not expecting to like be bawling my eyes out at one of the chapters in Unholy Blood. I was just like sitting on my couch and I was like, I was not prepared to cry on this Sunday afternoon, but here I am. Yeah, I've been so preoccupied with webtoons and watching anime that I have not gone around to reading this book that I acquired recently. So Dune is a sci-fi classic that is being turned into a movie right now. And I saw the trailer and it's got a lot of hype right now. And I was like, why have I never heard of this before? And so, yeah, I'm kind of curious about reading the book before I watch the movie, whenever the movie decides to come out. So yeah, like I like sci-fi, and gotta say, this book cover, so good. You know, as an illustrator and someone who went to graphic design or went to school for graphic design, I can really appreciate that. And I hate when, I don't even read books that often, but I hate when a movie comes out for a novel and then the novel's cover ends up being the movie poster. I hate when they do that. So I'm glad I have this version of it before that starts to happen. I don't know when I'm gonna get around to reading this chonky boy. Look how chonky it is. But I have it in my possession and I will hopefully get around to reading it.
And then later that day, I finally started to get to work on the illustration that I talked about for Janoy's Sparrow comic. And I'm using my iPad and Procreate to map out the composition and poses. I really enjoy working and planning this way digitally because that way there's just more flexibility and I feel like there is more room for error, basically, even though, you know, I can still do this in a cheap sketchbook if I want to, but I with digital, you're able to manipulate the different things a lot easier. So yeah. And the character that I am working on, she has a spirit form, and so she can actually float. And so that's why I'm trying to figure out a pose that has a kind of floating, airy, dynamic feel to it.
Here's a hot tip that I'm sure you might already be familiar with, but just in case you're not, I find hands so hard to draw. And so oftentimes I will take a really quick photograph of my own hand in the pose that I'm looking for to use as reference. And I find that helps immensely. So just thought I'd share that for those of you who are always asking me about how to draw things. Use a photo reference.
So another thing that I did in preparation for my shop launch is I was sifting through a fraction of some of my original illustrations / paintings. And for the first round, I decided to list and go through all of my Inktober / October art challenge illustrations. So for the past number of years, every October I do some kind of theme for the month of October, and I still have tons of originals left over from the accumulative years. And so you can see here I did a series of witches, and then the following year I did a series called Mythical Beings, and then after that I did a series called Living Fantasy. And yeah, I feel like I might as well just have them available if somebody happens to want to own the original. I do also sell mini zines / art books of the full collections of them if you want to grab them all together. And I'm happy to say that some of these originals have started to sell. So thank you so much to those of you who have picked any of them up.
Getting ready for a live stream today. It's been a while since I've done a YouTube live stream. Pretty nervous about it, but also excited. So I'm going to be using these alcohol markers here, and I've got the sketch ready. I made a poll on YouTube asking which anime series people wanted to see, and Demon Slayer was the winner, so I have the sketch here ready to go. And I've got my tripod set up here. My phone will go here for the live stream, and yeah, I have my standing desk here and the tripod's just standing on the ground. I have a YouTube video about how I set that up, but yeah, basically it'll just point down, and then I got 2 of my lights going, and yeah, I'm gonna have a quick lunch and then do the live stream. Oh yes, also one of the things that I wanted to show about when I was in preparation for launching my online shop, which I didn't really show or film when I was doing it, but so I have this business card, and this business card design I have kept and used for many years. This print is actually an acrylic painting that I did, and then I did this brush lettering handwritten type, and it's super cute. I still really like it, and that's the reason why I kept it for so long. Like I think I literally did this in like 2015 or something, super long. And I had a really hard time letting it go, but I figured that it was time to finally update the design. And while I still really like it, I think that having my actual illustration work on my business card made more sense. So I went ahead and ordered this, which is one of my newer illustrations, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it's super cute and definitely more representative of the type of work that I do. And I don't know if you can see, it's some kind of like shimmery stock. It's really pretty. And then on the back, I've got these super cute pastel colors, and yeah, I think this color palette, everything, I'm obviously obsessed with this font, and yeah, so really excited about that. Everybody's shop orders will be getting one of these new business cards. And the nice thing about it too is that this also can function as like a teeny tiny artwork, print, or bookmark, or whatever you want it to be. Just wanted to like highlight that.
So now we're going to be packing some orders. So here you can see someone grabbed my witch original with that metallic gold moon in the back. And then they also grabbed a bunch of prints as well. And I do like to include a little freebie stickers for certain orders that are a little bit bigger. And For orders that are $50 and more, I also like to wrap them up like a gift with my custom tissue paper, just for that extra little special oomph for those big orders. Then after the package has been put into its rigid mailer, I will also write down the order number on the front so that I know which order it is to print out the shipping label onto. And then here I'm packing an order that included a couple of the zines that I talked about, and they grabbed some sticker sheets and a bunch of individual sticker and sticker sets for me as well. And of course, since the order was over $50, I also ended up wrapping it in the custom tissue paper as well.
Hello, welcome to the outro. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Thank you so much for being here. And humongous thank you to everyone who has already placed an order on my shop. I really had no idea what to expect from the shop launch, and I'm overwhelmed but also overjoyed by the response that I've gotten. And I already have shipped out the first batch of them, and then later today I'm going to finish catching up with the second batch of these orders. And special thank you to people who have adopted some of my original artwork. It always completely blows me away anytime someone places an order for one of my original pieces, because I know that it is a little bit more of an investment, but it's just like the most rewarding feeling knowing that someone likes my work enough to put that kind of investment in my original artwork. And yeah, it's nice to see that it's gonna be displayed and enjoyed in somebody's home, because otherwise it just collects dust in my drawers, never to be seen. And it is a little bit of a shame when that is the fate of something that I put so much, love and hard work into. So thank you so much. And obviously, thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you so much for all the interactions that I get on any of my platforms at whatever capacity. I honestly am still at a loss for words that this is currently what my life looks like. I walk into this studio every morning and I'm like, is this real life? Like, amazing, incredible. So thank you so much. You are amazing. I hope that you have an amazing day or evening wherever you're at. And thank you so much. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Also, can we just appreciate this Carly Rae Jepsen shirt that I got a number of months ago? I have had no reason to wear it because I have not gone anywhere, but considering the contents of this vlog and how high and low my emotions have been this month,